Want to know how to go from this to this with just using some basic simple tools? Let's find out how. I'm going to show you how to remove a scratch. Technically it's not really removing, we're just going to hide it. We're going to fill it with some paint. And there's several ways you can do this. Let's see if I can get close enough. You can see here it has chipped away the paint down to the primer. Here and here. This is kind of marred into just a clear and probably could be sanded buffed out. But this is actually, paint's gone. So we're going to fill that. Now one method is you can just put paint right in it, like a touch-up paint, and then just kind of sand it and buff it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these scratches, or most of them just going to sand where the chips are. And kind of smooth it out because it's really rough. And then I'm going to take a touch-up bottle of matched paint and put into that. And then I'm going to sand that down, and then I'm going to put a clear over it and then sand and buff all that out. You're still going to see it, especially a color like this. To hide blemishes like this with this paint color, it'll show up. Like if it's a white or silver, you could probably blend it in, even a black. But when you get into a metallic and pearls and this off grays and stuff, it's hard to blend it in perfectly. But we're going to do our best. We're going to need a bucket of soapy water, and I'm talking like dishwashing liquid. You just put just a bit in there. You don't need to really set up or anything. What the soap does is it helps lubricate the sandpaper, and it also helps degrease it and clean it as well. But we're going to put a little bit of this, or you would put a little bit of this in the water. I've already had my bucket mixed up from doing something else. I'll be using a piece of 400. Actually, it's just a little bit worn, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to knock off the roughest edges quick with the 400. Then I'm going to kind of go across the deepest parts of the scratches, not in the scratches, on the surface, to kind of taper it out with the 800. I'll be using this little squeegee block. I'll probably use this in a bit when I want to start trying to sand out the scratch and the actual clear, not the actual cut of the paint. Now I'm going to use the edge of this little rubber squeegee. The goal is not to try to dig down into that, because you don't want to cut through the primer if you can help it. Just leave the primer as is. We're just going to knock down this rough edge so there's no flaking and stuff, just wherever it's gotten to be down to the primer and real rough filling. That's what we're going to sand, not the whole scratch, not yet. A little soapy water. Roughness away, because you're not trying to go full with the 400. You just want to knock it down with 400, and then we're going to go with the 800 because it's finer and less aggressive. See, that smoothed it out. It's ready for paint. Now I'm going to do the rest of it. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the whole process, because it'll probably take 30 minutes to get all these, but I wanted to kind of show you the general method. Okay, you can see how they've kind of just flushed out a little bit since I've sanded them there. You still can feel the depth of the cut, but you don't feel this catch as much. I feathered it out and V'd it out a little bit. Now notice I put soap, or I've wet this down, and those scratches that were there on the surface have almost gone away. That tells you can probably sand and buff those out. It's just a trick. If you put water on it and the scratch kind of goes away, that means it's probably buffable. These obviously weren't, because it took the paint off. Now I'm going to use 800 grit with the little sponge that I just showed you, and I'm going to just kind of generally sand this with 800. And maybe just throw right here a little bit. Now a lot of these videos that you see, they always want to start off with 1,000, or if start off with 2,000 grit, trying to remove these blemishes and stuff. And you can, but there's really no point in 400. 400 is almost buffable. 400, and unless you just don't know how to control yourself, control of your paper, 400, cut that quickly. 800 is pretty aggressive, but also fine. And 800 will remove these scratches pretty quick. You don't sand it forever. You just sand it. You kind of sand, and you'll show you. We'll sand, we'll squeegee off and look what we're doing, and then maybe sand a bit more. Then I'll drop to 1,000 grit, and then this will be ready to put in the paint. Okay, this is my little sponge. I'll put the links down in the description on where to get these things. It's a sponge with holes in it. It still keeps it kind of flat, but at the same time you have control of curving it and manipulating it. But we're going to sand out all these scratches with 800 grit. This is also going to tell us if the scratch will be able to be sanded and buffed out. This staff scratch here is still pretty deep, so it's not coming out like I was hoping it would. But I'm also sanding real light. I'm not trying to be real aggressive with it. As you can see, I'm barely even cutting the orange peel out. And that's another reason I use this little rubber sponge block is even though you think you would cut it, it has a tendency to leave the orange peel. So if you don't want to remove your orange peel too much, you can use the rubber block. You can still see that this scratch here, it's still pretty deep, and right here, so it's going to require just a blend of paint, just a light brush in it. So we'll lightly brush paint in it, and then we're going to sand it all down and get it kind of flat and smooth. Then we're going to put clear in that. Let's put a dash of wax and grease remover over it. Just kind of wipe it down pretty good. Even cover the areas you're not sure you're going to put paint in or not, because you might see a spot while you're doing it. Just go ahead and wipe it down. Like I said, wash this down with like regular dishwashing liquid, then let it dry, then wipe it down with wax and grease remover, and you're ready to go. Now the brush on the touch-up bottle is kind of big, and I may have to jump over to my own paintbrush. This is how fine I can get that in there. Because the less mess you make, the better off it is. We're going to sand it. And sometimes you have to sand, once you sand this, you may have to go back and do it again. In other words, put another coat of paint on it once you put this on here. I am lightly brushing in those because I know the sanding's going to take most of that off. It looks really dark, but that's because it hasn't cured out yet. And once I sand, it's going to lighten up. So I'm going to sand this with 800 grit and this little squeegee block. So it's kind of like block sanding. I'm not going to try to get down the grooves. I'm just going to try to sand off the paint on the surface, and then what's be left is what's down in the cracks. I'm going to just hit it with 800 to kind of get a knockoff on it, and then I'm going to jump to 1,000 grit. It's already kind of come off, and it's just down in the crack, down in the scratch. And you don't push hard, you just kind of just gradually, lightly just run over it. The next steps, I'm going to go over it and with 1,000 and then maybe 1,500. Probably stop at 1,000 because all I need to do is just get it off the surface, then put the clear down in the deepest cuts. As I've shown, I went back and sanded over the color that I added in, and it looks a little darker. because it's still shiny because it's down inside the dip. It's not actually been sanded yet. So now I'm going to just take a little bit in the deepest spots. I'm not going to worry about the little fine scratches because once I sand and buff, you'll not see it. It'll kind of blend the color in. But for these were like really deep gouges and down to the primer. So that's why they're still showing dark, is the sandpaper can't get down into it unless I turn it on the corner. So I'm just going to put a little clear in this to kind of fill it in, and then when that cures out, I'll sand it and buff it, and then it should mostly blend in. You're still going to see it if you get in the right lighting and stuff, but it'll look a whole lot better and protect the car from rusting. Now I mixed up a little bit of 2K clear. In other words, just like I was spraying a spray gun. Just going to take a little fine brush. You don't want to put it on real thick, and if you want to, you can put it in coats. As mentioned, an airbrush would work a lot better, but not everybody has an airbrush. And also, if you feel like it's not that badly damaged, you can just put a light coat of clear on it, because we're going to sand it all off. And a little stay will be down inside the scratch. Probably put one more coat on it, and then we'll let it cure, and then we'll sand and buff it. Okay, now that the clear is dried, I'm going to sand it down smooth, and then I'm going to buff it out. I'm going to first hit a little bit 800. We'll start right here on the spot. And I'm going to focus more on sanding over the clears. That way I'm not taking off all the orange peel on the rest of the door panel. Just go at it light and easy. So here's a little rubber block. You can squeegee off and see what you've been cutting. You can see what's gotten dull and flat, and what's still showing shiny, which means it still hasn't quite got down in there in it. You saw how shiny these were, and then now I've sanded that. You can even put your thumb over and see if you can still feel it, but I can barely feel it. I'm going to probably hit it a few more times, but you see that's almost all the shine's gone. I'm going to go over it with 1,000 and then 1,500 to make it smooth, and I'll do each spot that way, and then when I buff it, it'd be hard to see the scratches. I mean, you can see it in lighting, but this is the best way to make deep gouges and scratches go away. I've sanded the area, and I'm now going to use a buffing pad. I just finished it off with 2,500. I didn't have any 3,000 on hand, but you can take up to 3,000. You can take up to 5,000, and that just reduced the amount of buffing you got to do. And I'll show you here what compound I use, but you can use Meguiar's. There's just unlimited amount of compounds you can use, but I just put a little on. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. The proper way to fix that, as bad as that was, because it was some deep gouges almost. I mean, it wasn't quite dense, but almost. Just actually, the proper way would be to sand the door down, and and put some primer on it, feather, block sand it out, and then blend in the paint and repaint it, and then clear the whole door. That would have been the proper way of fixing it. But This is just a quick scratch fix, and it's just to show that you can get rid of the scratch and it doesn't show back up as much. These are really deep. Like I said, this was all the way down to the primer and actually big, huge chunks. So I could probably have done better if I had taken time to fill in layers of clear to build it up. And like I said, I may hit it with some sandpaper a little bit more just to see if I can level it out just a hair bit more, but this is about as good as it gets. But you can see the idea of making it kind of go away and you don't see the scratches as much. Okay, after a little buffing, and you can hand rub it. You don't have to actually use a buffer, but you know you can buff it. And I did 3-stage buffing, which is basically a woolly hair buffer, and I do that mildly with the rougher compound. Then I go over with the medium compound with a diamond tuck. I think they call it just a diamond tuck type of sponge. Then I go with the softer compound. It just, all it does is get rid of the swirls, but you can hand rub this. I mean, especially a small area if you're just doing the scratches. Doesn't necessarily require a buffer.